What's happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So let's try this again. Unfortunately, the last video I just put out did not have sound, but let's try again really. So the purpose of the video, as you can see from the title, is for the preview against Sporting Lisbon. So of course we do know last time out when we went over to Portugal, we ended up coming up as 1-0 winners courtesy of Danny Welbeck. But of course, that was a late goal. They obviously gave us a very good game. I'm expecting the same when they come to London tomorrow for the game on Thursday night. But of course, I do expect Arsenal to win this game comfortably. Of course, we are on a fantastic run as we speak. So that's 14 games unbeaten. Prior to after the first two games of the season that were against Chelsea and Man City, we've obviously gone on to a fantastic run, and it's been absolutely amazing. If you'd said to me last season, before or after Wenger left, that would be 16 games into the season and 14 of those games would be unbeaten, I'd certainly would have bitten your hand off. I wouldn't have believed you. That would have been completely unbelievable. But so far so good. Unai Emery has settled in very well. The team seem to be getting his message really. Whatever message he's trying to get across, the team seem to actually try to get us. The team are getting his message through. So let's just talk about some team news really. Of course, we do have a few injuries within the squad. Nacho Monreal has been out with a right hamstring injury. Sokratis has got an ankle injury as well. He's obviously being assessed for the game ahead on Thursday. The same applies for Nacho Monreal. Mohamed Elneny has a thigh injury and is expected to come back into the squad within a week or so. Lovren Koscielny has got obviously he's come back from a long-term injury, and I don't believe even if he was fit, he will be certainly featuring within this particular game or any games coming up. It seems to have it has been made clear by Unai Emery that he's not going to be part of the plans moving forward. He's not going to be getting a new contract. Of course, he has been a fantastic servant to the club, and he's been absolutely amazing. And essentially, Unai Emery has stated that he's not going to be getting a new contract. So it seems as if there's a wave of players that are not going to be handed a new contract, and that includes Aaron Ramsey as well. And these will be the old guard, if you want to call them that. Of course, Aaron Ramsey, speaking of Ramsey, he is one of the longest serving, if not the longest serving member of the squad currently, but he certainly won't be receiving a new contract as well. Dinos Mavropanos is suffering from a groin injury and is expected to be coming back to training at some point later on this month. But of course, I'd like to see him come back into the team. He looked absolutely fantastic when we saw him last season. Hopefully he can get fit soon enough, and he will seem like a new player because we haven't seen him at all whatsoever this season. So let's just talk about my predicted starting 11 on the day. Of course, I'm expecting Cech to be playing in goal. He's come back from injury, but he seems to have been displaced by Bernd Leno in goal. And essentially he's lost his #1 spot there in the league, of course that is. Lichsteiner, I believe, will be starting the game as well. Mustafi and Holding have been fantastic at the back, so I believe they will also continue. Kolasinac, hopefully he can keep going. Of course, he's recently come back from an injury, so hopefully he can get some minutes under his belt yet again tomorrow. And hopefully we won't see Granit Xhaka in the left-back position. In the middle of the park, Guendouzi's got a domestic suspension, so I'm assuming he will definitely be starting this game. Maitland-Niles, I hope as well, we will see him out as a starting player. He's come back from a long layoff as well, so fingers crossed he can get some minutes under his belt. Iwobi's been fantastic this season. Really no complaints whatsoever for Iwobi. He's been absolutely magnificent in my opinion. We look at the front three. I'm hoping that we'll see Ramsey, Welbeck as well as Aubameyang, and I believe Lacazette will get a rest. Aubameyang has been coming off the bench really, and the last time we saw him getting subbed off against Liverpool, of course it worked in our favour as a team, but when he came off, he didn't seem happy with the decision really what the manager had made. He had a few good chances at the start of the game, but he weren't capitalising on those chances, so hopefully we can get him to start this game and get some goals for us moving forward. So of course the way the group lies at the moment, Arsenal lay at the top with 9 points. In second, it's obviously Sporting Lisbon, they've got 6 points. Vorskla lie in third with 3 points, and Qarabag do have 0 points, and they're sitting right at the bottom of the table. So of course, as mentioned, and as the title states, Arsenal do need a point to progress from this group, and once we obviously get into the knockout stages, the competition starts to get more difficult. The quality of teams that we'll be facing will certainly be improving. Obviously this season I'd like for Arsenal to win the Europa League, but there's the likes of Chelsea in there. A few good teams I believe will be dropping from the Champions League down into the Europa League, so it's going to be an interesting run really in the last 32, but hopefully if we get to the semi-finals as we did last season, I believe under Unai Emery and his tactics that he has been deploying this season, we can certainly find ourselves as finalists, and hopefully we can lift that cup itself. So of course, one point I wanted to talk about really in this video was the fact that Unai Emery has been certainly rotating the squad quite well, in my opinion. We've been getting a number of players, different players featuring within the team, of course, and it shows the depth that we have at the moment within the squad. Of course, having depth doesn't mean that you have strength, but we do certainly have some squad players who can certainly contribute moving forwards. Like the likes of El Neni, for example, this season, he's not had a sniff. Of course, last season he was very, very pivotal, played a huge role in particular within this cup competition itself. But I like the way Unai Emery is utilising his squad, keeping it fresh, obviously trying to keep everyone happy, but that's going to be near enough impossible really to keep everyone happy, but he's certainly trying his best to get game time for everyone, and even some of the young players. Of course, Maitland-Niles, we saw him starting against Blackpool, so I do believe he will be featuring moving forward heavily within the squad itself. But of course, it's going to be very, very interesting how he does play this off, and if he does continue to rotate week in, week out. For example, really last weekend against Liverpool, I wasn't expecting Mkhitaryan to be starting the game. He had started against Blackpool in the midweek fixture that we had in the Carabao Cup, and he came out again against Liverpool. So it does seem as if he favours rotating and trying to keep everyone happy and creating a good balance within the squad in terms of keeping everyone happy in that regards. But as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, do let me know your score predictions as well on the day, what you expect. I do believe Arsenal may run away 3-1 winners on the evening. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.